In this tutorial, we will take a closer look at class. We will understand how to create a class in JavaScript and how to use it. In the previous lecture, we learned what is object-oriented programming. Now in this lecture, we will explore a new topic, class. Prior to ECMAScript 6, creating a class is very fuzzy. ECMAScript 6 comes with the new convenient syntax of class, like this. Class, model. So the model is the name of my class, and then I will specify curly braces, and in this curly braces I will say constructor, parenthesis, and the body of the constructor, right? This syntax create a new class model. So when you want to access model class, then you need to create an instance of the class. No instance has been created yet. So we need to create a class instance first to access class properties and methods. To create a class instance, we will just say constant obj1 is equal to, and just specify a new keyword and say model and specify parenthesis. So here we have created a new instance of the class, right? You can create multiple instances of the same class just like this. So I will just say constant obj2 is equal to new model, right? So obj1 and obj2 are two different instances of the same class. So now we have two instances of the model class. When you creating an instance of the class, you need to use a new keyword. A new keyword will create a new instance of the class. Now using obj1 and obj2, you can access object properties and methods. We did not create any properties and methods yet, but we will look at them after a few minutes. But first, before we make the class sophisticated, I wanted to introduce you an instance of keyword which tells you that which instance belongs to which class. Now if you wanted to find out about which instance belongs to which class, then an instance of keyword help you out. For example, suppose you have a obj1 instance of the model class, and if you want to know does obj1 instance of the model class, then you can find out the answer using this. So I will just say obj1 instance of, so this is the keyword, so I will just say instance of without any space and then specify my class name. So when you execute this, you will get true because obj1 is instance of a model class. And what if I change the class? So if I just change the model class and say array here, then you will get false, right? Because array is not an instance of a class. As I said in the previous lectures, you can create properties and methods of the class. Now let's make this class more interesting. So here I will just explore the class. In the constructor, I will specify two parameters. So I will just say mNumber, which is model number, and then I will say mName, which means model name, right? And just after that, I will say this dot mNumber is equal to mNumber, and then I will say this dot mName is equal to mName. So this dot mNumber and this dot mName is object properties, and we are assigning the value to the object property using the constructor parameter. We will discuss this after a few minutes. Just after that, after the constructor completed, we will just create a method. So we'll just say show and then specify parenthesis. Just after that, specify curly braces, and in this method I will just say console.log, and using the backtick I will say model number, this dot mNumber, and model name, this dot mName, right? And just after that I will just say constant obj1. Now here we have created an object instance. So we just need to specify parameter for this object to access class properties and methods, right? So we will first wanted to initialize the class properties. To initialize class property, we just need to specify parameter for this class. So I will just say 550 and the name of my model number is BMW. So the first parameter refers to the model number and the second parameter refers to the model name. So both these values assigned to the class properties model number and model name, right? Just after that, I will call my show method. So I will just say obj1.show and just specify parentheses, right? So I just wanted to explain what we had done here. Now the constructor is used to initialize class properties. Constructor is a method which invokes when the class instance is created. So when you create an instance of the class, you need to specify parameter if you created constructor with the argument. So here in this example, we had created constructor with two arguments. So in the constructor, we had specified two arguments when we created an instance of this class, right? So we need to specify argument value when we create instance of the class. After that, in the constructor, we had used this keyword. Now here, the this keyword refers to the instance of the object. In the constructor, we created two properties of the model class using this keyword. In the previous lecture, we learned how to create a property using an instance. So here we are using this keyword to create a new property of the class. So this keyword refers to the instance of the class, right? After that, we have created show method. To create a method in the class, you just need to specify method name with parentheses and just after that specify curly braces and the body of your method. Method is just like a function. Method is created for adding functionality to your class, right? So when you execute this, you will get your model number and your model name on the console, right? So using the class, you can solve any problem in programming. It is very important to understand how to create a class and how to use it.